27.
All right. What's your disagreement?
Okay, so I come from a family. My mom and dad were married since they were 19 and 20. Me and all my siblings, we all have the same mom and dad. My parents are military, and I was convinced, like, by my mother growing up to, like, take it slow and not go into a relationship early. And I think maybe that came because I initially in high school.
Hold on. Oh, slow down. I asked you what your disagreement is, and I got a story. Do you have a disagreement?
Why is it that you feel like we should automatically, look for a relationship and marriage, like before college, while we're 21, 22?
Before college? Hold on. Before college? Who said before college? How old are you?
27.
At what age do women reach geriatric pregnancy?
I guess. You mean that when it's too late for them to?
No. When do most?
She like geriatric. What is that? Come on, baby. You know the answer. Everybody knows this answer.
OBGYN say you reach geriatric pregnancy when pregnancy becomes officially high risk.
37.
35.
37. I'm not trying to come up.
It's not what Kevin says. It's biology.
Right.
Women are not supposed to be getting married at 35 and 40. They're supposed to be getting married in their teens and early 20s.
Okay.
This obviously is in a perfect world. It would be this way. But we've, strayed so far away from that. But yeah, in a perfect world. I hear you, Kevin.
So you tell me why modern women think they can do something that's opposite to tens of thousands of years of recorded human history and biology.
What I'm saying is that the older women married.
Before you ask why am I saying get younger marriage? It's because of biology. Why wait till older?
What if we're not really pressed on having kids? Because that's not a big issue for me, having kids.
Most women want.
It may be for the man, though. The man may want kids.
Children. Women are the social of the species. If you don't want to have children, fine. You're in the distinct minority. I don't try to equate for every situation.
Right.
But if you don't want to have kids, fine. What do you do for a living?
I'm a graphic designer.
Okay. Are you making more than $75,000 a year right now?
No, sir.
In your career, do you anticipate making more than $75,000?
Yes.
At what age?
Probably by 32, for sure.
And as long as you can make $78,000 and replace two incomes and find a way to get to the end of life, I really don't care what you do. I just don't want to hear a bunch of single women, unmarried, complaining about somebody need to come help me. When you had your age, and you could have got with somebody to help get from one end of life to another. That's it. But if you don't want children, there's really no reason for a man to marry you. Because that's why most men won't even take the risk of marrying a woman today.
And you shouldn't have kids unless you're married. And I'll just put it like that. If you want to have kids, make sure you're married. That way, the little rights you do have, you as being married, you have more rights in terms of when it comes to fatherhood and visitation and things like that, as opposed to if you're not married to the mother. But that's the only time I would say to get married is if you're having kids, unless you can deal with it and your pockets are long and you're able to, fight the courts or petition the courts and be able to see your child. But yeah,
Hate to have children.
Okay, well, what I'm saying is that even the married women that were married all their life, they they would encourage us young women to not go into a relationship early. Like, I like the advice that you're giving.
No, they did not.
My mom.
No, they did not. No, your mother. No, ma'am. Your mother's generation started that bullshit. The women before your mother's generation encouraged earlier marriage.
My mom.
Your mom is how old?
65.
So she's a baby boomer. That's my mother's generation. They encouraged that bullshit. Her mother's generation encouraged them to be married.
Women's live. YOLO.
Was your mother's mother married?
Yes.
Right, and your mother was married or not married?
Yes, my mother was married.
But did she want you to not be married early on?
She definitely didn't want me to be locked down in a committed relationship.
Right, and I want you to understand, this is the same stuff that happened on Monday night, where a woman came in and was married and told her daughter, don't do what I did. This was a woman who was raised by her aunt and uncle. And she advised that young woman against doing the very thing that was going to make life stable. Why is that we do that in the black community and no other group?
And I remember that I covered that video. I forgot the exact title, but I'll link it at the video if you guys stick around to the end screen, where she basically said that they encouraged her not to do the same in terms of getting married and encouraged her to live her life.
No other race of people do that. You muted yourself.
I don't know if she felt like a lot of her enjoyment or time was taken away maybe by being in a committed relationship for so long, as she was 19 when they got together. So I'm thinking that she wanted me to have like some freedom just in my early life.
Freedom to do what?
Meet people, travel.
Meet people to what end? Bottom line, ma'am, your mama gave you bad advice. Let's just cut to the chase. Okay. Your mama gave you bad advice because of her own issues. Miss whoever, you were dead ass wrong to tell your daughter that bullshit. When no other race of women runs around telling their daughters, wait till you're 30 to try to find a husband, when that doesn't work that way.
Facts.
That's why so many...
That's true. We're the only race of people that say that, YOLO, don't worry about it, thought it up, enjoy your life, date extensively. There's nothing wrong with dating, don't get me wrong. And this is where, for you guys who say I always agree with Kevin, I don't always agree with Kevin. I believe that if there's no father involved or no father present in his daughter's life, then it's nothing wrong with dating as far as a woman, because you have to find out. I mean, it could be the first guy, but women, at the end of the day, you're all looking for the same thing. You're looking for safety, security. You're looking for a provider overall. And if you're saying you're waiting till your 30s or late 30s to get married, your value, your marketplace value isn't going to be the same as it was in your 20s. So
women your age are confused and terrified about relationships and marriage. It's all fear. I don't hear anything positive in relationship or marriage. It's all fear. Your mama did that to you. Why did your mama... To raise you to think of men as to be something to be feared. Avoid that. As if she would go back. So, your mom got married at 19. And she's telling you, don't do what I did. Get out here and date. Have sex with random men. And then what? How long are you supposed to do that? 5 years? 6 years? Have a baby? Sound like your mama needs some damn therapy, because that's not smart. That's not good. They make good sense.
She did recommend me not have any kids with these.
But she recommended you have sex.
She didn't say that necessarily either.
She didn't have to say it necessarily. Did she expect you to be a virgin?
Go to college, to not focus on sex. She was a Christian woman. To not focus on.
If your mother was a Christian woman, then she's saying, if your mother's a Christian woman, what she's saying flies in opposition to the very Bible and God she says she believes in. Bottom line is, Mom, your mama gave you bad advice. And it is so hard for women to hold women accountable and say, do you think your mama gave you good advice?
No, I don't.
Then own it. Hold on. Then own it. Then own the bad advice and don't try to justify what your mom said. Instead of saying, my mom gave me bad advice. I wish I hadn't listened to this stuff. I wish I wasn't she hadn't made me so afraid of men, relationships, and commitment. Because this ain't helpful.
Yeah.
Or is it? Do you enjoy dating? Are you looking forward to being married? You don't even want kids.
I would let it be the guy lead on whether we have kids. And
exactly, ma'am. It is so, ma'am. No, this.
We hear that so much. I'll leave it up to the guy, especially for single mothers. She doesn't have any kids, this young lady right here. But especially single mothers, I'll leave it up to the guy whether he wants kids or not. Go ahead. Though.
Respect. But your mother almost made you a man.
Well,
it's usually the feminine. Listen. What I'm about to say. I'll let you say. It is usually the feminine who wants the security of a relationship. The knowledge that they only having sex with one person, their partner. So in the eventuality that they get pregnant, that man is their husband and he's going to provide for their children. It's usually the feminine that wants to multiply, nest, reproduce. Men don't have biological clocks. Y'all do. Your mother raised you like a man.
Well, yeah, we're all of us independent.
That's the modern woman for you right there, though, guys. That's the modern woman for you.
Able to take care of ourselves, even though my oldest sister is married.
Hey, you know what? I am a strong, independent woman.
Later in life to get married. She waited into her 30s, and
Flash.
Hear my womanly roar.
we all went to college. We all, didn't have kids young and stuff like that.
Okay, and fine. And are any of you just happy?
I think everybody. I'm the youngest one, so I'm like the man one still, single and looking for somebody.
You said hold on, man. You said only one of your sisters are married.
Yes, I have two sisters. One is married, but I have a brother as well, and
we're dealing with the women.
He's not married.
We're dealing with the women right now. You have two sisters. One is married, and what's the other one doing?
The other one is single.
How old is she?
She's 33.
33. Is she in good fit shape?
Yo, Kevin is a fool, bro. Kevin is a fool.
Come on.
He said, "Come on." Look at her face.
Decent shape. She makes good money.
I don't care about her money. I asked about specifically her shape. Is she? How tall is she?
She's 5.
She's about to put her sister on blast right now.
5'4", 150.
5'4", 150. So that makes her dress size about what?
About an 8, 9.
Okay. All right. So okay. I'm not gonna argue it. But to come in and say that she makes good money. So what? Listen to how you're talking. If we were to close our eyes, you would sound like a man. The way you're defining life is asexual, not feminine. I make money, I can take care of myself. Okay. Congratulations, Richard. Congratulations, Tom. That's not a woman. I'm sorry, ma'am, it's not a woman. Your mother raised you out to be men. So if you decided you wanted to be married one day,
She got somebody in the background. She keep looking over at, and they probably just laughing and shit right now. You can tell she be looking off camera.
kind of men that you would likely attract are going to be beta males, not strong alpha males. They're looking for feminine women who want to be a support system, not an equal partner. Your mom handicapped you guys. And at your age, you can either decide this is the way you want to live the rest of your life until 90 or course correct. But understand, look at the statistics. 1 in 4 black women were married. The next lowest group of women is white women at 54%. You are basically living a life where you are choosing to go it alone. And at age 40 is when the happiness differential flips drastically. Women age 40 and up are miserable, are not miserable, but the happiness is going through the floor when men's happiness is going up. Why? Because men can still choose to get married, have children. Women, you got to get the bigger pieces of your life together in place sooner because time closes certain doors.
Right.
And more than anything else, I am hearing a woman who was made to think of men as something to be avoided, fear. It's not like your mother was really raising you as a Christian and saying, a man is the head of the household, and you're his helpmeet. And Eve is incomplete without Adam. So, daughter, make sure you know your own mind. Make sure you have an education. Make sure you can bring some. But you need to have a husband to help work. She ain't done that for y'all. She basically told you, get out and take care of yourself.
So she installed like the qualities, like she was a mom that went out and did the sports, that helped her husband, that helped my dad anytime anything was going on, took care of the household. But she was just trying to tell me to wait into my 30s, and I think that was the biggest mistake.
Wait until your 30s?
Yeah, wait until the 30s to really try to lock down on a guy. But she did try to install like the feminine or the house lead duties and things like that. She was very serious about those things.
So you saying your mother raised you to be a very
Now that's good. I mean, I guess to be self-sufficient, to know your way around the kitchen, know your way around the house, to take care of yourself. And should you decide, wait till your 30s to settle down. But explore, find out what you want, find out who you are, is basically what her mother's saying.
man and woman?
Like, as far as it came to, she always took care of my dad. Like, anything that my dad...
I get it. But I'm asking, no. I'm asking, she raised you to be a feminine woman.
She just tried to install, like, qualities
Still.
The base.
Instill, not install, instill.
Carrie, you a fool, man.
She tried to instill qualities such as what?
Just like having a base in yourself, like not just to have a man and not have those background in yourself, like
that.
Your
I asked you, did your mother raise you to be a feminine woman? That's a yes or a no.
Yes.
Absolutely not. No, ma'am, listen. Absolutely not. Nothing you're talking about is feminine. It is masculine. Education, providing for yourself, that's masculine. The way you're talking, the tone, masculine. So even waiting into your 30s, you're not going to attract a masculine man. You would attract a more beta male. Your mother failed you in that regard. And ma'am, I'm telling your mama, miss whoever you are, ma'am, you were dead ass wrong for making your daughters fear marriage. Taking care of themselves when you got married at 19, as if there's something she felt like she missed out on life. But I guarantee you this, your mama ain't rushing to get her ass out of here on the single scene and leave her husband. This is a horrible thing to do. This is why the 2 videos I have on my channel today are modern mothers raise single women or wives. Modern mothers are raising single women, not wives. You, ma'am, take care of yourself. You were not raised to be a wife. There's nothing nurturing or feminine coming out of this conversation right here.
Okay.
So, conversely, modern women make their daughters afraid of relationships and marriage. It's something to be avoided versus something to look forward to. It's something to be postponed because it's something that's going to interfere with you and your career and education and everything else, versus your purpose on being on the planet is to be a helpmeet and to build and nurture a man and have a family. Your mother raised you like a man, and your father watched it happen.
Okay. Thank you. I'm gonna, work on that then.
Well, I'm just saying, it's not your fault, but I'm just wanting to bring it to your attention so you don't think that all of a sudden at 30 you can just decide, because the masculinity and femininity thing play heavily in what women attract.
Yeah.
See, and the sad part is so many women today really have been made to believe that education, it's all about education.
That's all men want is a woman with a degree, and that'll just turn him on completely. That'll give him the best sex ever, give him the best, that's all he wants is a woman with a degree. From a time that he was a boy, a little boy in high school, he was like, I can't wait to get a woman with a degree.